Hello everybody, welcome back to a video on my channel. Today is another bullet journaling video and this is an exciting one. Here is my 2019 bullet journal and I'll be flip throughing it and also setting up my new Exceed 2020 bullet journal. But first we're going to flip through my 2019 one, and this is basically the last time my YouTube viewers will see my bullet journal, so suck it in. So I have the key first and the word of the year for 2019. I'm definitely not going to be doing a word of the year for next year because it's I feel like it's super irrelevant to what I'm doing and it gives no message. It has no purpose. Here is my quote page that says New Year, New Me, and the pre-printed index that came with the book. It was 4 pages long, and I did pre-record this, and I did do a voiceover, and I feel like I was hoping that my new journal wouldn't have this many pages of an index, but there's a surprise, so you'll find that out later. Here's my at a glance. This is my travel page. I didn't really use it at all. I'll be doing it in a different format. I definitely won't be using the year in pixels again. You can see it says this page is scrapped of usage. I won't be doing that for next year. Here is my bucket list. I'll definitely be also carrying this over to my 2020 bullet journal. This is my future log. You can see it's totally blank. I think the format was not useful in a way that I could use it, so I'm going to be changing the format for next year's. Here's my birthday page. Alright, here's December 2018. This was way back last year when I wasn't doing bullet journal videos until very late in the year. This month I went with a very Christmassy, very holiday vibe theme, and I didn't really think much thought into this, but it's very colorful and I really like it. In the early months I used to do a monthly recap which has no purpose, and I used to do this monthly farewell page which I stopped doing later in the month, and that's kind of sad because I really love them. Leave them in the comments down below if I should keep doing that. Here's the 2018 to 2019 one. And now here's my January spread. This was an original spread by myself. I did take some inspiration from someone, I don't remember, but I decided to change it up. This is a very basic mood tracker and my YouTube tracker, which had no purpose, so I stopped doing those in February as well. All the weekly spreads were all the same, and I didn't necessarily know that you could change them. You could see I also have another blank monthly recap and another farewell page. Here's February. February was a very exotic and a doodle-filled month. You can see the cover page is very, very eye-catching, you could say. Here is the monthly spread. Very simple. Here is my weekly spread. I didn't add in my habit trackers until later in the year because I hadn't discovered them yet. Here is another farewell page. And I loved March because it was so luscious and I loved the shades of green on the theme. Also, I did have another habit tracker. Yeah. I loved the weekly spreads of March because I included a quote for every week, and I stopped doing that in April, and I hope to do that again in this year's months. Here's April. I loved the colors of the hot air balloons. This was also an inspiration by Amanda, and it was a recreation of hers. Around April and May, I stopped doing weekly spreads because I really didn't need them. They were super unnecessary for this time, so I didn't do them for some reason. Here's May. For May, I only did the cover page and monthly spread. You can see there's no weekly spreads or trackers. That's kind of just a visual for me. It wasn't really purposeful. This is June, also another recreation from Amanda. This month was very colorful and very useful. You can see my week was very packed because I was on break. Here's July. It was my birthday month, but I feel like I wanted to do something original, but I just went with Amanda's because it was super cute and I liked it. Here is my birthday spread. I left it blank because I spent too much time actually celebrating my birthday and not filling out my bullet journal. Here are some of my favorite weekly spreads as well. They're so doodly as well. These months were really good. Here's August. This is also another original spread. It was with avocados, watermelons, pineapples, and strawberries. Everything was so cute, but I didn't utilize the trackers as much because, you know, sometimes you just slack off on the daily tasks to do. Now you can see that was from August to October. I skipped the month September because I just really was not in touch with my bullet journal during that month. This is October, also another recreation of Amanda's. And here's November. This is also a recreation of Amanda's November, but instead of coffee, I utilized it and replaced it with hot cocoa. Alright, here is December, this month's spread. It was also another original spread, and it did not turn out as good as I thought, but it is still very useful. You can see it's just super slacking, and the weekly spreads are just really bad, but yeah. Hopefully, you're still not tired because we still have another 10 minutes of this video to watch, so stay tuned. I'm now going to set up my 2020 migration for my bullet journal. This is so exciting. I was super scared when setting up my bullet journal, but I think it turned out pretty well. I'm going to list all the spreads I want to add, the spreads I want to keep from 2019, and the ones to abandon. And also the quotes that I might want to put in my bullet journal. I'm going to bookmark this and look back for reference throughout the video. Now let's talk about 2020. It is turning the new decade, so I have a few things to dedicate for that, but we'll talk about that later. This year, I'm using the Exceed journal from Walmart. It is an A5 bullet journal with 100 GSM pages and 249 pages, with an expandable inner pocket, 2 bookmarks, and an elastic. The pages were surprisingly very yellow, very warm. A little too yellow, way too warm for my liking, but it's pretty good. As I talked about in the first day of Doodlemas, this bullet journal is a very affordable journal for the quality it gives you. It was about $9 at my local Walmart. By the way, this is not sponsored. It sounds like a sponsorship, but it's really not. It's just my own opinions. By the way, this packaging was really satisfying to open. The cover feels a bit like a leather, but not like a real leather. It's a texture that I can't really describe, but it's nice and soft though. It is a black. I got it in black, and there is a place for your name as the first page, a few blank pages in the beginning, and 6 pages of indexes. In the towards the beginning of the video, I was complaining about the 4-page index I had last year, and now I even have more index pages, and I'm super concerned about that, but it is pre-printed, so can't do anything about that. The pages are numbered, as you can see, and the dots are very, very dark. So if you get distracted easily by dots, this is not a notebook for you. Okay, so this was a very tedious and risky decision. I decided to write 2020 on the cover of my bullet journal, and I was so scared when writing this out. I'm going to be writing it with my white paint pen and planing it out with my gel pen, my white gel pen. So here I go. You get to see the magic of me transform my plain cover into a bolded letter kind of front that you would buy from the store, and I think it turned out really good, but you'll see how that turns out. So I'm going to plan out my letters with this white gel pen I bought from the store, and then I'm going to be outlining it with a white paint pen. Off camera, towards the end of the video, off camera, I do touch up the cover a little bit because it was a bit strokey and a bit feathery, not the way I would like it. And yes, it did turn out, it did stick, it did smear a little bit, but I was able to fix that. So here's the final result. I hope you guys take risks like that as well, because it might turn out amazing. I did block out my full name due to privacy protection, so please don't be disappointed by that. I'm now going to draw my key, and I used a black paint pen and used a stencil that I bought for a quite affordable price to make a key on top of the actual word that says key. I did a simple key and went to start off my bullet journal, and I did talk about the new decade, and the quote says, "Start off the new decade with a new year," and that's so fitting because it is turning a new decade and a new year at the same time, so that's why I chose this quote. I'm now doing my at a glance. I think watching people write out days and months as calendars is super satisfying, so I hope you guys enjoyed this clip. Alright, so next I'm going to be putting that in my index. The next page is my Goodbye 2019, Hello 2020, and it's going to be my reflections and resolutions page, or spread, I should say. I'm going to be labeling the page with January through December, and I'm going to be writing down all the reflections and memories I had in this past year. I'm also going to be categorizing my resolutions. So the next spread is my travel memo. I'm going to be leaving it blank for now because I haven't gone anywhere yet. Next spread is my bucket list. My daily routines. I saw this on Pinterest and a few of the YouTube videos I saw prior to filming this video. And it's kind of just stating that reminder for like when I should do what and where I should be. For this spread, it's called Me in 100 Words, and throughout the year, I'm going to be writing down 100 words that describe me. Next up is my reading list and my monthly theme ideas. This is basically the books I want to read, and this is where I'm going to be planning out the monthly themes that I'll have for every month. Next up is my future log. As you can may have seen in the 2019 bullet journal Filpthrough, my future log was empty. And that's due to the poor format that I set it up in. So I changed it up a bit this year. The first spread is January through June, and the second one is July through December. We are towards the ending of this video. I'm going to be setting up my dot grid spacing page, and I saw this is very helpful for other people, so that's that. Here's my final result. And also another thing that I didn't get to talk about is the page next to the dot grid spacing, which was the Census 2020 dedication page, and the quote just said, counting our planet's life for the first time in 10 years. But you'll see that in the flip through as I roll that clip right about now. But again, I thank you for watching this video. Here's the final flip through. I hope this encourages you to also set up your own bullet journal for 2020. You don't need all of the supplies you hear about from all the famous people. That's definitely not what is essential. Just get what you think you need and a notebook. Again, I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my January 2020 bullet journal setup. Bye!